Hello, welcome to another video. So today's video is not a vlog, it is a bake with me video, and this is quite strange and not like anything that I ever film because I cannot bake, but we're gonna attempt to bake today, and it might turn out to be maybe my most embarrassing video because it's gonna come out a flop, but I'm gonna follow a recipe, and the recipe seems pretty easy, I would say, and yeah, I think it's gonna work, but maybe not, but I'm gonna film it in anyway. So for today I am gonna make mini apple pies. So like two, 3 weeks ago I attempted an apple pie, just like a normal big apple pie. It was my first time and it was amazing. Maybe one of my favorite desserts ever, I think. So anyway, the only problem with that was that I think it was, you know, one big apple pie, which then gets hard to, like, you know, divide and blah 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 blah, and you sit with this massive dish. So I thought, why not make it in a muffin pan? So what we're going to do is we're going to make the apple pies in here. So we're gonna have individual ones because I think that it's gonna be easier to eat and like manage and stuff, just taking out one and then putting some nice vanilla ice cream on top of it, as to having like one big dish. Also, that's a lot harder to store in the fridge versus the mini ones. So anyway, we're gonna attempt it. I don't know what this is gonna be like. I'm a little bit afraid, but I mean, whatever. If I preface the video by saying I cannot bake or cook or anything, then maybe your expectation is pretty low going in, and you won't be disappointed even if it's a flop. Anyway, so let me just get my phone so I can get the recipe. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the crust, because I think the crust needs to sit in the fridge for 30 minutes. So we do the crust, it's gonna go into the fridge for 30 minutes. While that is doing its thing, I'm going to make the filling, and the filling is the worst part of this thing because I have to slice and dice and peel apples, which took me so long the last time, so it's not like my favorite thing. Okay, so I mixed all the dry ingredients now. So I think we're going to now add cold cubes of butter, and then I'm gonna use this like a very old school like mixer thing, electric mixer, and try and incorporate the cold butter into this flour mixture. Okay, so that is what it looks like. I do think that I might have to cut this up into a little bit of smaller pieces because my very, you know, small mixer thingy, I doubt that it can handle like large chunks. So I'm just going to cut this up into smaller cubes, and then let's see what this machine actually does. So it said wet sand and I'm getting wet sand. So I think this is fine. I'm going to put ice water in here now. It's asking for ice water. So a couple of tablespoons of ice water. And then I'm going to roll it out and put it in the fridge. I think this is fine. I'm gonna take it out and I think cling wrap it and put it in the fridge. Okay, so we're going to peel these and dice them. I'm using these pink ladies because this is all I have. So hopefully these are fine. I'm only going to do 4. Maybe I'll do 5 just to, you know, be sure. Cool, so the apples are done being diced. So we're going to put some flour, some sugar and some cinnamon into this apple mixture. And then we are going to put it in the pan and then it's going to go into the oven. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup of white sugar. One 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, okay, so let's stir. This is a little bit different to the previous recipe I had for the big apple pie. I think I, added like, I don't know, sugar with butter that was like heated up. So there was like a sticky mixture, where this one doesn't have that. But I mean, it still smells delicious. So I'm assuming that it's, it's gonna be good. Okay, so I'm taking this out of the fridge now. It's like more or less like 30 minutes. It's very buttery, so why do I feel like this is not gonna work? But let's see. This is, again, like I said, very different to the, or slightly different to the recipe I used before. So I don't know. Let's hope this is gonna work. It's always the rolling out part that I don't know, for some reason I do not have the skill. Okay, I think we're good. I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like this ramekin situation, and I'm going to make little rounds in here and put that in the muffin pan. Okay, let's see if this works. It kind of works, but I do think that it's maybe a little bit small, so I'm scared that I actually do not know if we're going to be able to take these out. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work, but oh well. Okay, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to weave the pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So 5 pieces one way, 5 pieces another way. Okay, so it doesn't look like the one that I made like in the big pan. It's a lot harder to make like individual ones, so maybe this is going to be a flop, but they do look like this. So I try to like weave them, but it's hard to weave them individually. So anyways, the recipe says that I need to put them in for 18 minutes. I feel like that's quite quick, but maybe it's because it's individual and it's not a big one, because I think the big one was in for way longer. But anyway, let's put it in for 18, see what it does, and then I will let you know. You're gonna know if it's a fail or if it's a success. I mean, the filling is very tasty and the ice cream obviously is very tasty, so like, you know, it can't be that bad. Okay, so it's out of the oven and it smells amazing, but I have a slight suspicion that I'm not going to be able to get it out of the muffin pan. So it's most probably going to like break and like be all crumbly in the bowl, which is fantastic, and who cares what it looks like in the bowl. But then I might as well have made the big one, because, you know, it's the same. If I can't eat it like kind of like bite size, then I could have made the large one and paid myself the effort of making these small cups. But anyway, nonetheless, they smell good, and I mean, if they taste good, you know, I feel like that trumps the way they look. So let's see, I'm gonna scoop one out in a bowl, put some ice cream in and enjoy. But yeah, then I'll tell you if it tastes good, because that's obviously the most important. It is perfect in appearance. So it's scooped right out of the little tray, out of the muffin pan. I took a big spoon and like a salad spoon, and I just scooped it out, and the whole thing came out. I can't show you really nicely now, but the whole thing came out. So now it's just a taste. because if the taste is great, then officially then apple pie is my thing, because I made a big one and it was great, and then I made small ones and they're great. So then you can come to me to come have tea or coffee and apple pie. Okay. I'm taking a little bit of the apple inside situation, as well as some of the pastry, and then some ice cream, you know, a little bit of everything in the spoon. This pastry is amazing. Okay, let's try. It's too good. It is too good. I've never made something so tasty. I don't think I've ever made anything that is this tasty. It is so good. So good. With just vanilla ice cream. Ooh. Okay, let me get another bite here, you know, just to make sure. I am gonna link this recipe below. So good. So happy with it. So tasty. I also think if you pour like custard over it, it might be tasty too. But I do like the vanilla ice cream with it, but if you don't like that, maybe try custard. Anyway, this was my mind is blown. This is such a big success. Sure. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy this. I'm gonna scoop some out for Jason as well. So I can just brag a little bit about like the one thing that's like tasty that I make. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm so glad that you were present and witness to the one success when I'm involved in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week in my next video. Bye.